Hello, my name is Pedro Sanchez and this is my evidence number 3. Today I'm going to talk about globalization. First of all, what is globalization? Well, the globalization means the speed of movements and exchanges of human beings, goods and services, or other types of technology. Nowadays, we can see globalization in Mexico that is trading, exchanging and selling avocado and petroleum to other countries all around the world. Trade. What is a trade? A trade is activity of buying, selling, or exchanging goods with other countries or people. As I already told you with the example of Mexico, that if you didn't know, we are the world biggest provider of avocado in all the world. And we also have a lot of products that we sell just like the petroleum. Now, I'm going to talk about the digital revolution and how it is affecting the globalization. The digital revolution, also known as the third industrial revolution, is a shift from mechanical and analog electronic technology to digital electronics. Well, this began in the half of the 20th century, and as you have seen it, nowadays we use a lot the computer, the cell phone, and all the digital products. Because nowadays with the situation of COVID-19, all our classes are being online, something that years ago wasn't impossible, and it wasn't even in somebody's mind. Well, I'm going to talk about the terrorism and how it affects globalization. The terrorism is the unlawful use of force and violence against people or the property to intimidate or cause a government or its citizens. Well, the terrorism is an act against the government or people. Some examples of terrorism is the 9/11 that happened in the United States in the World Trade Center, something that was one of the worst situations that has been in our world. Now, I'm going to talk about the positive and negative effects of the globalization in our world. Well, the globalization aims to benefit individual economies around the world by making markets more efficient, increasing competition, limiting military conflicts, and spreading wealth more equally. Well, with the globalization, Mexico has made better relationships with countries around the world, just like Canada, the United States, Colombia, and even Venezuela. And now I'm going to talk about the negative consequence of globalization. Globalization also have its negative side and its side effects. This includes some factors where jobs are insecure, the fluctuation in the prices, the terrorism, and the fluctuation in the currency, and also the capital that flows. Well, if you didn't know with all of this in the globalization, some of the prices in our food, like tortillas or also avocado, have been increasing with the globalization. Now I'm going to talk about the World Trade Organization. The World Trade Organization is the only global international organization dealing with the rules of trade between nations. Well, the World Trade Organization is in charge of all the trades and all the exchanges around the world. They are like this middle part in all the exchanges, trades, or sellings. Now I'm going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of the digital revolution. Well, with the digital revolution, we had a lot of great discoveries, the increased job opportunities, and the increased medical research. Because in the past, if you had something like cancer, HIV, or another type of disease, it wasn't indetectable. So you were basically going to die. But nowadays, all of these aids or types of medical diseases can be detected. Now I'm going to talk about the disadvantages of the digital revolution. The increased dependence and vulnerability. as you can see now on the kids, that they are all day playing video games or all day in their phone watching TikTok or things like that. The loss of social skills, because now you can socialize by the phone, something that wasn't impossible a lot of time ago. The distraction while at work, and the access to inappropriate, irrelevant content. Because some of these pages, like porn pages and that, says that you have like a restriction of age, but these are not really working, you know? Now I'm going to talk about the technology and the terrorism. A cyberspace is an environment without boundaries, a place where terrorists find resources, make propaganda, activities, and from which it is possible to launch attacks against enemies everywhere in the world. If you didn't know, there's a place in the internet that is called the black market or the deep web, in where all these terrorists can find guns, bombs, and everything that they need to make terrorists. Something that I think that is really sad and it must be changed. Well, this was all for today. Thank you for watching my presentation. All the information that you need is here in my presentation, and I'm going to add this YouTube video to my presentation so you can watch everything that I learned. Thank you.